To satisfy his perverted hobby, this man has hardened a pair of magic gloves. Whenever he touches a beautiful woman's face, she was instantly transformed into a statue. The whole island was filled with the work of men. When the seafaring Sinbad passed through, he was fascinated by the statues of beautiful women. They were all so lifelike. Even the folds of their clothes looked like the real thing. But here's the strange thing. The statue's expression was sad. While they were marveling at it, the owner of the island suddenly appeared. Turns out he's an artist. These statues are all his work. Right away, the man took a liking to Anne. He praised her beauty without hesitation. His gentlemanly demeanor endeared him to Annie. When she heard the man invite them into the castle, and agreed without saying a word, and Sinbad was too embarrassed to refuse. But then something strange happened. Just as Sinbad was about to leave, suddenly he heard a sigh from behind him. But when he looked back, there was only a cold statue. He thought he'd misheard. Then they entered the castle. The halls were not only beautiful, there were many beautiful parrots. The islanders said they were his collection. Sinbad was not impressed. He didn't know it yet. He was almost killed by these parrots. As the owner left, they began to talk to each other. Sinbad didn't like the owner for some reason, but Annie thought Sinbad was jealous because the islander's elegance was something he lacked. And then they went back to their room to rest, while Anne enjoyed her bubble bath. Sinbad wandered around the castle. Suddenly, he realized he was being followed. He had no qualms about taking him out, but he says he's not following him, he's trying to warn them, because the lord of the island was an imposter. He was originally an alchemist, but he used black magic to take over the position. Sinbad didn't believe him. The men told him to go to the cave by the sea, and then he would understand. But as soon as he finished speaking, he saw a parrot on the windowsill. The man ran away as if he'd seen a ghost. This made Sinbad half convinced. He decided to observe him for a while. However, at the next dinner party, Anne was dressed to impress. The islander praised her as Venus. He begged her to model his sculptures, and immediately agreed. He invited her to see his work. Sinbad followed, and if she was in danger. Next, they came to a long corridor. It's lined with statues of beautiful women. The statues were very realistic. Sinbad couldn't resist touching them, but when he did, he realized there was no sign of carving, and as he tried to get a better look, the master of the island stopped him in his tracks. Then he heard a strange cry from the room. He heard a strange noise coming from the room, so he proposed to go inside and have a look around. But the islander refused on the grounds that it was too messy. This made Sinbad think there must be a secret inside. So late at night, he sneaked into the mysterious room, and listened carefully to the door. Behind him came another agonizing sound. It was the man he had met during the day, and now he's a cold statue. This is really incredible. The islander suddenly appeared in the doorway. Sinbad could only escape quietly through the fireplace.